Hey, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reminiscing about old times, going to be reflecting on coming up my 2-year anniversary here of selling on Amazon. May 2nd of 2018, I launched my first product and it went phenomenal. It's had me absolutely crazy about Amazon FBA ever since. I think it was a unique experience for me because my product went very well right off the bat. I just had this, I didn't get a sour taste in my mouth. I really tasted success very early on in the process. And I want to share with you now 2 years in the future what I wish I had done then, so that if you do get a good product going, you know where to take it, you know how to handle it. What we're going to be focusing on today is how I would have scaled that product, how I would have locked it down and dominated that market. Stick around, guys, it's gonna be a great video. Be sure to like and subscribe, but without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so all I've done is I've just laid out like an Amazon page here. This is gonna be your search bar, Amazon up here. And then of course we have all of these will be individual product listings. Now what I had done with the mobile game controllers, I've worked my way all the way up to the #1 spot. Mobile game control, PUBG game controller, mobile game triggers, no matter what you searched, I was that top result. Okay, my listing was doing the most amount of sales, so Amazon put me all the way up to #1. Now, where did I go wrong, right? So, well, for one thing, I got a hijacker on my listing. If you don't know what that is, it's just someone else coming into your buy box and claiming that they're selling your product. And if you don't have a registered brand, there's almost nothing you can do there. Especially since at the time I didn't even have my logo on the product. I was really just selling a product from Alibaba in their packaging to Amazon customers, which is totally okay to do. It's just you have virtually no brand protection. So I didn't, as a new seller, really know how to go about this. So I was at $24.99, right? So we'll just say right there, I was at $24.99. And then the hijacker came in, and immediately the only way, I remember waking up one day and I usually had by the time I woke up, I had done over $100 in sales. I was at 0 for the day. And I was like, what happened? Someone came onto my listing and made their price $19.99 and they were Prime fulfilled. So they actually won the buy box. What that means is if you clicked onto my listing, the area where it says add to cart or buy now belongs to them. That's what the buy box is. So I don't want to rant about the buy box all day and how I got a hijacker on my listing. But instead of, what ended up happening actually was that I stopped selling this product, even though it was profitable, for no apparent reason. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I made, just because I wanted to try selling something else. What I should have done, for one thing, was keep this in stock. Even with the other competitor there, occasionally there, sometimes he would fall off, I was still profiting anywhere from $50 to $100 a day, several $1,000s a month. That was quite a bit down from my $10,000 a month in profit that I started at, but it was still quite nice. So as to my thinking there, I don't know what I was thinking. So that's the first thing. If you lock something down, even if there is troubles, fix those things, see them as issues, overcome them, and get your listing back to what it's supposed to be doing. I mean, I guess that's the first thing that we're going to be talking about. But then, what did I do? So I said, okay, no worries. I have plenty of money in my business. I used almost all of the money in my business at that point. There was $5,000 in my business bank account. Don't ask me how there was only 5. I don't know what happened to everything. I think I was just having fun back then. This is pretty much everything I had. I invested it into another product in an entirely different category because this is what I now teach not to do. I got googly eyes for a product that was doing $100,000 in revenue every single month. And I was like, hey, that's better than 15 or 10 a month. Let's just do that. It's so simple. I'm so good at this. I can't lose. Clearly my first product went so well, I'm a genius. I'm just gonna sell that, and then bang, out of that I'll probably be making $40,000 a month, no problem. And I'll be buying a sports car. I'll move to California or Seattle and we're good. And that's not what happened. It brutally failed because I didn't understand the concept of swimming upriver and having Amazon pushing against you. Go watch this video right here to understand what I'm just mentioning there. But it's essentially how you should be picking your products, and I totally went against that. I had none of the knowledge I have now back then. And what I should have done, guys, I had this spot. I should have taken this spot. I should have taken this spot. I should have taken this spot, and this spot, in this spot, in this spot. So do you see what I'm getting at here? If you hit a gold mine, don't get a pound of gold out of the mine and go, okay, we're done here. Everybody pack it up. Let's head out. What are you doing? You have to keep dominating that market. And it's not that I'm dwelling in the past here, but it's just because we're so, the topic of today's video is going back to my 2-year anniversary of selling on Amazon. This is what I would have done. Okay, now this is what I'm doing now with my macrame shelf. I have a ton, I've hit this again where I'm really killing it in a market. And now that I know what I know, I'm going to be taking each individual spot. You've probably seen this. Have you ever seen a market where maybe you pull up Jungle Scout, and now let's just say instead of this being Amazon, this is now Jungle Scout or Helium 10. So you have all of these listings going across, and you have like the revenue, okay? And then right here, there's something called brand name. So it's like brand, and like the revenue would be over here. Let's just call this ABC brand. ABC is like the first 6 results. And there's something funny to be known about this. Usually when this happens, the products that they're selling here, and this is like an extension now, are usually almost the same thing every time. Slightly different price, slightly different color, slightly different pack size. But this brand is doing what I'm teaching you here today. Don't give up on something. Like as soon as it's almost human nature to go, okay, I did that. Now I can move on. No, once you do it once, take over the whole entire first page or as much of page 1 as you can. Now, if you lock down, let's say, the first 4 spots even organically, so I put 3 in the first 3 spots, skip 1, maybe a competitor grabs this one. Okay, buddy, whatever, you could have that spot. And then we get this one. So this is where most of the sales are going to come from anyway. Top of page 1 on Amazon for the main search term is where your sales are going to be coming from. If you have these spots, it's like, even if a customer picks any one of these spots, well, 4 out of 6 times they're buying your product instead of 1 out of 6 times, or however many, it might be swayed because they buy the first one more often or whatever. This is what I should have done. So I should have launched 5 to 10 more mobile game controllers in different configurations. I should have kept optimizing and staying with what was coming out, releasing all-in-ones, releasing triggers by themselves, building a brand, building an email list, building a Facebook page. This is what you need to do. So I wanted to warn you this message before you get your first successful product, or maybe you have a successful product right now. Pay attention to dominating your market. Don't have it be enough for you just to be competing and, getting a taste of what it's like to have a great Amazon listing. Now really make it unbearable for anyone else to try and sell there. Just claim it, right? If Java Products had claimed mobile game controllers, that would have been quite the win for me. And I could have easily done it then just by leveraging those sales that I was making into more and more listings. So take up real estate on page 1, because if you lock these spots down, well, you really have them, and you could actually control the whole sway of the market. You could actually, if you have listings that are doing really well, you could make PPC so unbearably high because you could just set your bids really high and you're converting all the time. But the next person that comes up and tries to take this spot, they don't have a chance. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That's gonna do it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments when you plan to start selling on Amazon. Sooner the better. Anyway, yeah, have a great rest of your week, guys. I'll see you here tomorrow for another video here on the channel. Later.